Does a crocodile have a neck? Pam asked. Does a crocodile have a neck? Does a crocodile have a neck? Tam was thinking of the answer when Enoga stepped out. Won't you stop her, Pam? Tam asked, quavering. She wants to go and die in Chadda. Let her go. If she dies, we will get another servant. Maybe she thinks this is that sick leopard she chased away with a stick, when it came after Papa's sheep. Enoga went inside the house. She gathered some things. She reappeared with a bag, then left the house without another word. In the paths, she hid away from anyone she recognized. As she passed by the king's palace, she heard arguing people. She stopped. She went close and listened. The men were serious about finding a solution. Every suggestion brought up was, however, knocked off by a more valid point. They could not reach a consensus. Though we do not have as much as we used to, but our hunters can help. Enoga recognized Bila's voice. I suggest they all file out with their guns, before the Chadda River, on a certain day we will choose. They must be ready to shoot that black lizard to submission. They must come with enough gunpowder too. What if Buddha doesn't appear that day? One man cuts in. Everyone knows that Buddha appears anytime he perceives the smell of our meat. The next voice rose. It was to counter. He said, have you all forgotten, men and elders, that the crocodile has an iron skin? Our guns will only be a waste of energy, time, and powder. We must think of something else. The last contributor sat down. No one said anything again. His words shut their mouths. There was nothing left in reserve. Enoga turned from the quietness. She looked at herself. Why did she think she could tame the crocodile? The old men of Ogwule were scared of him. She took a long look at her arm. There were no veins erupting underneath her skin. There were no muscles too. If that was the guarantee for victory, then she was certain to fail. She got to Chadda. She put down her bag. She looked around. There was no one there. Weeds were taking over the shores. The place that used to be a haven of people was dead. She opened her bag and took out a chunk of meat. She went to stay by the river bank. Budu, Budu, the only creature that Ogwule is afraid of. I present myself before you. Budu, I greet you. If there was any honor higher than a greeting, I will give it to you. You deserve it. You are not an animal, because man is not afraid of animals. You are bigger than all our men put together. You are now the undisputed owner of Chadda. She knelt. She bowed to the ground. Budu, I respect you. I come to talk to you, like a man speaks with his friend. Budu, where are you? Can you please show yourself? Where are you, Budu? Please, show your long beautiful neck. Silence. There was no movement in the large body of water. Enoga waited. Budu, I am not a threat. I am too small to be dangerous. I want to be your friend. I want to be able to come down every evening, and talk to you, unafraid. Budu, 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 Budu. A noisy movement in the body of water cut Enoga short. The crocodile. Water poured from the sides of its head, as it lifted up. After staring at Enoga for a while, it glided effortlessly towards her. Its tail swished from left to right like a windscreen wiper in the rain. Enoga stood her ground. She looked the large beast in the eye. She watched as Budu came sluggishly to a rest before her at the shores. Thank you for honoring. Enoga stopped, because the animal gnarled. Its mouth opened wide at her. She fell abruptly to the floor in prostrate, eyes on the animal. Thank you for responding to the call of an ant, Budu. Puny me brought a little present for you. She threw the meat. The crocodile snapped it. That's good. I have more in that big bag over there, but first, we must talk. The crocodile maintained its stare, now closer than ever. It is about the recent meals you have been making of Ogwule people. I know you need to eat from time to time. That's right, like every one of us. It is also true that you have been considerate. You did not go all out to shred everything in this village. The people of Ogwule want to make a pact with you. They promise to bring you food, morning, afternoon, and night, if you stop using them for meat. Can I have your word on that? Of course, the crocodile could not speak, but it was clear that the animal heard all she said. Enoga believed the animal was agreeing to her demands, because it kept blinking its eyelids. Then test time came. She stood up and went to her bag of meats. She picked 2 pieces. She threw 1 piece at the crocodile. It caught it, and gulped in satisfaction. Enoga sat a few inches away now. She stretched her hand to Budu's mouth. She wanted it to eat straight from her fingers. That would be reassurance that Budu had granted her request. The crocodile opened its mouth and swallowed, not only the meat as Enoga expected, but also her forearm. Hand in its mouth, Budu gripped tight, and pulled her into the water. Obviously, the crocodile could not distinguish between the hand, and the handout. Help! Help Ogwule, help! Budu is eating me, help! She screamed harder as Budu tore into her arm. People ran into the scene. They did not come to help Enoga, however. Seeing her helplessness, Enoga struggled. Instead of letting go, the animal drew her in, twisting here and there. She summoned courage. With her free arm, she hit furiously and repeatedly at the crocodile's eyes. For the villagers, this was a different scene from what they used to know. They were used to a helpless victim, in the grip and control of a powerful beast. Before their eyes, however, was a girl fighting for survival. The irritation in the crocodile's eyes was enormous. It spat the girl out, fleeing with the meat in its mouth. The villagers screamed in unison at the victory. 3 men jumped into the river to get the bleeding girl. Morals. It is good to offer help to those in need of it. We must not forget that we have a role to play in the home. We shouldn't neglect our chores and duties. Whenever you find yourself in a problem, be patient, think and come up with a solution, before acting. Children who disobey their parents will always face the consequences. Do not go full scale into danger with open eyes. It will be a different case, when it's purely accidental. How much do you know? Answer the following questions. Number 1. What did Enoga remember most in her 3rd year of life? A. Her parents. B. Leaving her father's house. C. All of the above. Number 2. Enoga left to become a. in Bule's house. A. Chief. B. House help. C. Cook. 3. More than anything, Ogwule people wanted A. Peace. B. Buddha's head. C. 3 pieces of fish. Number 4. How old was Enoga at the time of this story? A. 3. B. 10. C. 12. 5. How did the crocodile's presence affect Enoga? She, A. had to wash a lot of plates. B. began to pity people in Ogwule. C. trekked longer than usual to fetch water. Number 6. How did Enoga think the crocodile could be conquered? By A. making it a friend. B. feeding it meat. C. treating it as sacred. Number 7. Who is Nana's father? A. Ebi Yebine Wayojidi. B. we are not told. C. Enoga Agwam. 8. Why did Enoga think that she had every right to go to Chadda even after Bule's instruction? She, A. did not think that the Agwams cared about her. B. did not know that the crocodile could hurt her. C. believed that she was deserving of death. 9. Why was Enoga so confident that she could make Buddha her friend? It is because A. Nana said it. B. Buddha was just an animal. C. a human being should not be afraid of an animal. 10. When did Enoga doubt her ability to win the crocodile over? When she, A. heard the men of Ogwule arguing. B. took a long look at her arm. C. saw veins underneath her skin. Was Enaga's decision to talk with the crocodile the right one? A. No, there was no way crocodiles could be friends with man. B. Yes, she needed to try. C. Yes, because it happened in Ogwule. 12. Do you think the crocodile understood all Enoga said at Chadda? A. No. B. Yes. C. A and B. Then the testing time came. Did the crocodile pass the test? A. Yes. B. No. C. I can't guess. 14. How did Enoga escape Buddha's grip? She. A. Fought. B. Cried. C. Summoned courage. The pain in the crocodiles made it spit out Enoga. A. Mouth. B. Eyes. C. Nose. 16. What lesson could Enoga have learned from her experience with the violent crocodile? A. Never speak to a wild animal. B. Never feed a wild animal. C. It is disastrous to tempt a beast. Write out 10 difficult words from this chapter. Use a dictionary to find out the meaning of the words. Number 19. Now make a sentence with each word. Bulas, Tam, and Pam sat around Enoga, as the medicine man put finishing touches to dressing the wound. He packed up his bag when he was through. He told Bulas that he would be back the next morning, and then left the house. Enoga shut her eyes. She breathed deeply. Though the healer had succeeded in assuaging her pain, she had lost the use of her right arm. The croc's teeth inflicted deep cuts into her limbs, as she struggled. Bulas looked from Tam to Pamphlet. Tam shivered in fear when his eyes caught his father's. What he saw in Bulas' eyes was extreme anger. Papa, we told her not to go anywhere. She ignored us and walked out of the house with her bag. Tam blurted. You cannot learn to fly, children, when you have not yet crawled. There is time for everything. There can be grave consequences when you attempt the dangerous. He looked around again. He realized that he had no more word for his boys. Dad, what have the village heads decided to do about Buddha? The village heads have not reached an agreement yet, but right now I will do something. He stood and moved out, still talking, this time, not to the boys, but to himself. I have not touched the crocodile's skin. I still do not believe that the crocodile, no matter how tough they claim his skin is, can resist gunshots. Someone has to kill the fear on that river.